Girl, howdy. We back.
Hi.
It's fine. Don't even worry about it. It's all good. I'm a goof. And, wow, we waited a lot longer than we did. It's fine.
Yeah, I had it in bars.
Yeah, gee. Welcome back, y'all. It's another super chill Saturday. Recording again. I switched back over to Black Ops 3 because I didn't realize that, like, Black Ops 2 is hard, right? It's hard. I have to get used to the fucking 2-hit down thing. It's like real tight and it's hard and I don't like it. So I'm gonna go back to Kino. I brought my girlfriend back.
Hi.
So we could talk again. I'm sorry, I didn't even introduce you. My bad. And we're just vibing. Yeah. Yep, vibing.
We're both just vibing.
Dude, we're vibing on a Saturday, and it's fun. It's fun. There's, like, snow outside.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
It's cold.
I'm not gonna go outside.
Nope.
Specifically got coffee yesterday and put it in the fridge so I would not have to go outside and get it today.
Exactly. Did I start the music? I don't think I started the music.
We love it. Love it, love it, love it.
It's fine. You gotta worry about the intro and the talking, and you gotta know who we are.
Literally, you know? I think that's why. So I edited a podcast, and like literally, they do pretty well on the intro, but they've said this, suck at doing the outro. So we're working right now on them just recording a standard outro that'll go with music, so they don't have to worry about it anymore. So nice. I feel you.
Yeah, look, outros are hard because you're like, what the fuck did I just talk about? Like, and you're just like, I don't know. You talked about
like,
some words.
Subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Other funky shit. Yeah, I'm in my element right now.
Okay, so explain to me the backstory, like the context for this map and for this game. Because I know it's zombies, but what's the, like, premise? Okay,
so this is an older map, pretty much remastered. So,
right.
We are in a theater. We are in a German theater.
Mm-hmm.
It was during the... It hasn't been occupied.
Well?
Huh?
All right.
Homie, I was just given a tour. Give me a second. You're just out here like... double smack you or whatever. So...
He walks weird.
Well...
He's a zombie.
He's a Nazi. So... Anyway... so this was during the Nazi occupation of Germany and most of Europe. And this hasn't been occupied since then. So we've actually teleported. There are 4 characters as part of this map. And they've all teleported in time in the future.
Okay, so it's not a game that's set during World War II or like right after the occupation. You literally have teleported, like you've time traveled.
Yes.
Okay, I never knew that. I've watched you play this game, and I feel like I've watched you play this map like 100 times.
You have.
And I never understood that.
So, yeah. So this is all taking place, quote unquote, in the future. So, yeah. It's kind of like an old mall. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Like those malls where they've like, quote unquote, been abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You like knew what I'm talking about, and then you got sad.
Yeah. I miss malls. I miss just wandering around a mall, going into a store, and saying, "Oh, this is really cute," and then you look at the price tag and you remember, I don't make enough money for that.
Yeah. Well. I too remember walking down Mag Mile, like...
Do not call me out like this, because it's not even Mag Mile, because like...
calling you out like this. It's more of just like, that's what happens in Mag Mile. Like, you walk down the street and you're like, oh, this is a cute store. And then it's like, hey, this jacket, or this bracelet even, is $300. Are you willing to pay that? I'm like, nope.
No, I don't even have $300 in my bank account. Well, when I was... like in college, right after my junior year, I did an internship in Chicago, but obviously it was an unpaid internship. And I was very lucky that my dad, you know, covered my stay, and I was lucky enough to find a place that was like, I mean, it was still expensive because it's in Chicago, but it was like I wasn't subleasing a place.
Yeah.
So I wasn't paying, you know, month to month. It was like a flat fee to pay at this specific place. And the to me, the problem was that like I was still, and they provided like, I think they either provided like free breakfast, or I could pay for a like meal plan, and then I would have like lunch or dinner. I think it was dinner covered for the entire time that I was there for like $100 and something, which was freaking great.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
But it was within like a specific time frame. Like you could like dinner was served between like 5 and 8.
Oh yeah,
something like that. So like for days that I didn't have my internship, it was perfect. For days that I didn't, if I was walking to my internship, for days that you did. No, because so the problem was that I didn't have a job and it was an unpaid internship. So I wasn't making any money.
Right.
And I didn't have to worry about paying for where I was staying because I was already paid for. Mm-hmm. But if I wanted to, if I wanted to not spend money on getting to the internship, I would have to walk 35 minutes, which isn't a problem because it was all downtown. So like it was very populated and like it was fine. But it was a theater internship. So I had to be at the theater usually at 5:30 or at 6, depending on, you know, what kind of day it was, what kind of show it was. So most days when I was walking, I wasn't able to have dinner at like in order to get there on time. I wasn't able to have dinner there. But my internship was like 3 days a week.
Yeah.
So I could still, so it was still like a good enough trade-off. But the theater that I was working at was like literally on Mag Mile.
Yeah.
Like it was on Michigan.
For those of you who don't know what Mag Mile is, it's called the Magnificent Mile, which is pretty much like the shopping district of Chicago.
Yeah.
So there's like a bunch of outlet stores. I wouldn't call it an outlet mall because it's not really an outlet mall, but it's kind of like an outlet depot of like all types of like stores, and they're like there's higher end stores that like
so you have like a Disney store, there's a Gap store, there's also I think there's a Burberry, and there's like 2 Sephoras. I say recently 2 years ago they put in an Ulta. There's also a Tiffany's. And, like, all of these, like, really high-end stores. And it's, like, a whole... And it's Magnificent Mile because it's a whole mile of it.
Yup.
And if you... And it's really... It's really beautiful. And, like, you cross the bridge. Oh, no.
It's fine. I'm not mad. You're mad.
But the theater that I was particularly, like, working in was right across... Like, literally right across the street from Water Tower Place, which is a mall. For all intents and purposes, it is a mall.
Yeah, it's the strangest mall I've ever seen.
I love it so much.
Okay, that's fair.
It's weird, but I love it.
To me, like it's so I don't even know what to call it.
But so when I started my internship, and it was tech week of the show, so it was like be here the whole day.
Oh yeah, which
was fine. Because that's what I love. And, like, I was mostly just observing where I was doing, like, really random small tasks. So it was just a lot of watching. But then they would break for, like, an hour or for 30 minutes for lunch. And I would go to the mall. Or I think there was, like, the first night of previews or, like, opening night. They asked me to be there to set up. And then they were like, all right, now we just got to chill for, like, an hour. Nice. So I literally went to the mall and, like, was like, I don't have any money to spend. So I just walked into Sephora and, like, swatched everything. And to swatch in makeup terms just means, like, taking the lipstick or the eyeshadow or whatever and just using your finger and just putting it on the back of your hand or on any, like, smooth part of your skin to see what it will look like on your skin and what the color payoff is and stuff and, like, what the staying power is. Very random.
Why is that random?
It's like a very random thing to be talking about, I guess. No, in my head.
That's like makeup. Like,
it's just like such a specific thing that I was like, oh yeah, like I went and I swatched everything, and then I was like, anybody who doesn't like watch makeup YouTubers will not know what the hell that means.
So what really got you into makeup?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think,
just
well,
started and were like,
I know
this is my home.
It's not my home. Okay. I think it was, I lived with two people. I lived with a few people who like did their makeup really, really beautifully. And I loved how they looked, and I loved how they were as people. And I think there was also, I really need to use the bathroom.
You need to use the bathroom? Okay, we can pause it.
Why does somebody not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit?
What do you mean?
Well, it was fucking one of yous. So fun!
Alright, welcome back, y'all. My girlfriend has peed.
Why would you say what I did? She had to use the restroom. She had to do ladies' things in the... Anyway.
Ladies' things? Everybody pees and poops.
Okay, anyway.
What the hell? Stop gendering fucking bodily functions.
We just cut that out.
No.
So basically I lived with these two people. I lived with a group of people who, like, some of them did their makeup, and they did really, really beautiful things with makeup, and I had them do, like, prepare me, like, my sophomore year. I joined a sorority, and so I had formals and, like, stuff to go to, and they would do my makeup for these sometimes, and, like, I would feel really pretty, and I was like, I want to learn how to do this. And then, like, the summer after my sophomore year, I call it the glow-up summer. I need another one of those, but... Well, because first, I finally...
This gun is ass.
Because first, I went to a psychiatrist and finally got, like, a diagnosis and got on medication, and that helped a lot, and it made me feel a lot better about, you know, my own mental health and how I felt about it, and, like, what went on in my brain.
Hell yeah, gamer.
Yeah. And then... I also had, like, a dentist appointment with a new dentist that my mom had gone to, and this dentist saw that my wisdom teeth were on their way in, and they were going to come in impacted, which most people's do at this point. Yeah. But basically what that means is they're coming in kind of sideways, so they're going to disrupt the way your permanent teeth are sitting, and it's going to basically, like, mess up your mouth.
Yep.
And so she said that I needed to, like, book this appointment and basically see with a person who's, like, a professional in that specific part of, like, dentistry.
Yeah.
As you can see, I don't know a ton about it, but that's why I was a theater major.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about dentistry.
I mean, I don't know a lot about dentistry, but it's also just because I didn't study dentistry. I'm not I'm not, like, sitting in my dentist's chair being like, hey, why are you the way you are? Like, huh?
So long story short, I got on medication, and then I also got my wisdom teeth out, and it was the first time I'd had surgery.
Yeah.
And that summer, I also got, that summer we also, like, as a family went to, like, a really good concert, which was fun. And I got, like, a really nice haircut, and I got my eyebrows done, which I'd never gotten them professionally done in a way that I had liked before. And halfway through the summer or something, I had talked to my stepmom, and I was like, hey, so all of the makeup that I'm using is, like, really, really old. Would you take me to Sephora, and, like, help me find, like, good base products? Mm-hmm. And so she took me to Sephora, and she paid for it, which was what was making me anxious. And because good most of the time, higher end makeup. Well, it's not Sephora don't play, because Sephora carries what they call high end and sometimes luxury makeup, and basically that means that most of the products are, like, $20 and up. Mm-hmm. And so we went and we talked to, like, someone there, and they basically were like, okay, well, you have like skin that tints red, or like redness in my face. So for people's skin, you have your undertone, and then you have the actual tone of your skin.
Okay.
And people with darker skin tones usually have, sometimes they have like red undertones, and sometimes it's more golden undertones.
Yeah.
People with medium skin have golden or pink undertones. And then people with lighter skin are usually like pink or pink undertones, usually. Okay. I don't know. I usually am between the light to medium spectrum.
Yeah.
And I don't know what my undertones are because they are all over the place. And like you can tell which undertones you are based on like what kind of shows through your skin and stuff like that, or how certain colors kind of sit on it and how they react. And I'm not by any means an expert. But basically, this person at Sephora was like, oh, you have kind of red tinted skin, so we're going to give you this primer that you can put on your face, and a primer will, kind of like a paint primer, that if you put the primer, then the actual paint that you're going to put on top of it sits better and sticks better. A primer, depending on what kind of one you get, it will like smooth out the skin, or it will hydrate. It will make whatever sits on top of it be more glowy or more matte. This one was kind of supposed to make everything stick, but it was also supposed to like neutralize the color on my skin so that it all looked one shade, as opposed to parts of like my cheeks or parts of my forehead looking a little redder than the rest of my face.
Interesting.
And it was a green tinted one. And then there's all different colors of, it's color correction.
Yeah.
Basically. So there's a lot of different color correctors that you can get. Then this person also gave me a powder foundation that was really nice. And that was like what I used kind of every day, where it kind of just like blended into my skin really nicely, and it was really light.
Yeah.
And then they also gave me a, a liquid foundation, which was perfect. It's the best foundation I've ever had in my entire life. Because it sat, and I knew that I was wearing makeup, but it didn't move around. My face didn't get too oily with it, which I have really, really oily skin. So like I'll be wearing any sort of, even if I'm not wearing anything, my skin will get like really, really shiny within like an hour or two. And that kind of, it didn't get shiny to a point that I wanted to go blot, or just like kind of take it off. And it was a beautiful color that kind of made it look like it was my skin, like it wasn't something sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
The downside to all of this is that it was really fucking expensive.
Oh yeah.
Like I went back, and because the liquid foundation I only used for special occasions, so like for formals, or if I was in a show, or like very, very special occasions. But the powder foundation I used every day. So the powder foundation I ran out of. And when I went back to purchase it, she was $36.
That's where they get you.
Yeah, which it was like a higher end brand. I think it was like Cover FX, which is like a higher end brand. But I didn't run out of the liquid foundation, but it expired. All makeup expires.
Yeah.
Some products have like a 6-month shelf life. Some have like a 12-month shelf life. Some last even longer. And sometimes if it's like a powder product or like an eyeshadow or something like that, something that's powder, it just means that like the staying power isn't as long. So like if you use an eyeshadow that's like expired, it means that like it won't have the same pigmentation. It won't be as powerful of a color, or it won't stay on your face as long. With liquid products with base products or with any product that is supposed to kind of blend into skin.
Yeah.
Or any product that is supposed to, you know, not just sit on top of the face, but kind of blend with it.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that like some of the features that it has or some of the things that it's supposed to do, or even just the components that it's made out of, can start to separate.
Oh, yeah.
So I still used that liquid foundation a few times after it was over a year old.
Uh-huh.
And the coloration was fine, but it didn't stop any of it didn't do any of the oil control. And it moved around a lot more.
Yeah, I see.
So I had to stop using it.
Yeah.
And I think that year I had to toss it. And so I ended up like using concealer and then blending that and using the concealer on all the places that I wanted to like cover up.
Yeah. And
then blending that in with my powder foundation, and it worked fine, but it still was nowhere near as good. Mm-hmm. But it was but the thing is, I almost tried to rebuy it, but it was too expensive a foundation for me to like justify because I clearly didn't use it enough to finish it.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really bad about like using expired makeup, and this is actually something that I did a science project on in high school.
Ooh. Okay.
Is that a lot of makeup has this, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically this like antibacterial agent that basically kind of makes the makeup not hold bacteria. So it doesn't matter how often you use it, or how many times you wash or don't wash your brush, how many times it's been used on your face.
Yeah.
Within that expiration time, it will not hold. It won't transfer bacteria.
Okay.
However, not all makeup products have this, and after the expiration date, that goes out the window because the agent isn't active anymore.
Oh, so then it'll start holding bacteria. And,
yeah, so like
you'll pretty much be putting like bacteria in your face.
Yeah. Gotcha. So like the project that I did, we used a powder foundation, a lipstick, a mascara, and like a little eyeshadow palette because I couldn't find any single shadows. Mm-hmm. Because I bought this all at like a Walgreens or something.
Yeah.
And all of the products that I had bought were CoverGirl because they were the cheapest ones that I could find that I would still use because I was using them on myself. Uh-huh. Except the little eyeshadow palette. The little eyeshadow palette was I think it was Wet n Wild, but I can't remember. Mm-hmm. And so I had like three different sets of each, except the eyeshadow palette I had just one. Because again, they weren't selling single shadows.
Right.
And so the first one I used once. The second set I used 3 times. And then the third one I used for a full week straight. Or I think it was like the first one was 1 day, the second one was 1 week, and the third one was like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And then we put all of and then we put them in on a petri dish on some, I think it was like a gelatin kind of mix that we made so that it would sit on something so that the bacteria could grow. And we left it in this like incubation chamber that we also made. This was like a really cool project.
That sounds really cool. I mean, because
I'm really proud of it.
Granted, I have a penis between my legs. But like,
really?
You know, like that's transphobic. Let me say this again. I am a cis black male. Nope. I don't use makeup. There we go. That's technically that's not 100% true because you do use makeup for theater sometimes. I do, but like you don't use it regularly. Yes. Yeah. You know, so I don't really have like all of this knowledge about makeup and everything like that. And so it's interesting to hear about all this because it's like, oh yeah, I guess, you know, this is something that I wouldn't think about. And I think a lot of people wouldn't think about their makeup because it's like, it's makeup. I put it on my face. It makes it look pretty dumb. Like, you know what I mean? Whereas in reality, it's like such an integral part of like, kind of an integral part of like some people's lives, you know?
Yeah.
Like, makeup is makeup. Like, it's bae, it's life, you know? So
I don't want to get into, like, the societal pressures of it, whatever. I just put makeup on me because I like how it looks. I like the actual, like, application process of it and everything. But the interesting part of this was that, like, I don't know how I got the idea or where I got the idea to do this project. But we had a male science teacher who was like helping us with what the scientific process of this should be. And then my dad was helping me make all of this happen. So he was the one that, like, we went to Home Depot to get all of this stuff for what the incubation chamber was going to be. And he helped me, like, put it together. We had to get, like, chicken wire, and we used, like, an old fish tank that we had, like, laying around and stuff like that. And then, like, my friend who was like my project partner in this, she came over to the house, and we were, like, putting all of them together and taking all the pictures. And then we, like, let it kind of incubate. We were supposed to let it incubate for a week, but then no bacteria was showing up on anything. And so I called my dad, and I was like, hey, like, any progress? Like, send me pictures. And he was like, it looks the same as it did when you put it together. I was like, that's weird, because according to my teacher, we should have some bacteria by now. And so he's like, well, just give it another week. And so I talked to my teacher, and he was like, yeah, just give it another week. I'm sure something will happen. And only the eyeshadow had bacteria the next week, but we were getting close to the time that we needed to present. And we still had to do all of the, like, back-end analysis of it. So we were like, well, this is what's going to happen. And so we all got together, and we, like, Googled why no bacteria was happening on any of the other products except the eyeshadow. And we found out that specifically CoverGirl puts this on these specific products so that they don't generate bacteria. And that this is... you okay?
Yeah, no, I just... Sure. Sorry. It just got real tight there, so... I had to fucking put on some fucking excellent dance moves, you know what I mean? So that's the important part, and I'm glad we were able to get through that.
We were able to get through that.
Sorry, keep going.
So basically I found out that this is mostly common practice for a lot of products that you specifically have to apply to your face. Because obviously most makeup products you apply to your face. But specifically lip products, face base products, and a mascara, you apply with the applicator that they give you. You apply that directly to your face. Like, you mostly use the same mascara wand that comes with the mascara to apply it to your face. Same with, like, a lip product, if it has a wand. If not, you're putting the actual, like, bullet lipstick directly to your lips, unless you're a makeup artist. But if you're a makeup artist, then, you know, you wouldn't, you know, then you have to worry more about the sanitation of it all. So it was really interesting to kind of hear about that. So I go through, like, my own makeup products, like, every few months to see, okay, well, I haven't, like, if I haven't used something in a while, but I've never used it, I'll put it in a pile to, like, give away. But if I have used it,
sorry, I literally paid attention to the screen and, like, kind of blacked out.
I know. So. And then this dog just came at you.
They do that sometimes.
I know.
It's really fun.
So sad. So I go through my collection, and if there's something that I have used once to try it, but I didn't like it, you can't give that away. You can't give that to someone else. And you can't really, and most of the makeup that I have, actually, I use a service called Ipsy, where they basically send you you pay, like, a flat fee, and they send you, like, 5 tester size products for you to try. And I have it bi-monthly, so I'll probably get one in March, I think.
Okay, cool. So like,
Yeah.
they give you like,
Yeah, because I had it monthly, and then I just had I had it monthly, and then I just had way too much makeup that I wasn't using at a time that I literally
remember this.
Like last year, I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't putting at most I was putting on like lipstick if I had like a video call.
Yeah, that's about it.
And even now, like oh no. Are you about to be like, what was the video that you showed me yesterday?
The Trainwrecks video? Oh, God. Wait. This is perfect.
What?
Hell yeah, gamers. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Nope. This is not perfect.
It's the comedy of this is perfect. Nope. Nope.
That's what people tune in for, baby.
Yep.
There's this Trainwrecks video, and if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend.
You should link it in the. You should link it in the description, just like the supercut of it.
If we have enough room. Usually I'm tight on room just because of like the music credits, but I may put a comment that just has like the video link.
A pinned comment, yeah.
Or I could put it in a card. Who knows? But there is this video from Trainwrecks. It's not specifically from him, but he does like this this podcast with a couple other YouTubers or streamers, and he made himself a cup of coffee, sits down at the desk with the cup, and like people are talking, and then I guess he accidentally knocked it over, and so then he's got coffee all on his desk, and he backs up and like screams like fuck. And then screams again, God, and he's just like, what a fucked up day. He doesn't even explain, like, what happened or anything. He just tilts the camera down, and you see this coffee all over his desk. And
all over the keyboard, too.
All over the keyboard. And, like, he stands up, walks away, and then there's this cut of him again, like, coming back, and he's, like, talking, and then I guess he's making a comment about, like, his monitor, which I think is also fucked up, and he starts banging on his desk, stands up, throws his headset, like he's just shouting at the top of his lungs.
And then he breaks like a coffee table.
Yeah, he breaks his coffee table. It's insane.
But it's like the funniest rage type of video that I've seen, aside from you fricks.
But like, it's also relatable because I've been like, I the more I watch the more I sit there and like think to myself like, I fucking been there.
Yeah.
I have, like...
And he's not yelling slurs.
No, he's not. Like, he's just shouting at the top of his lungs, like, what a fucked up day. And I was like...
Mood.
I have been angry like that at one point. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even like a... Jesus. You know, so...
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So we're living. We're thriving. Are we still going to the theater?
Yeah, we're going back to the theater.
Cool.
I goofed. I was actually mentally kind of doing this like challenge of mine where...
Oh, you just didn't say it.
Yeah. There's this Pack-a-Punch machine in there, pretty much, and like you get to upgrade your weapons and everything.
So is it the same type of...
For the most part. My goal was to actually try and see if I could Pack-a-Punch every gun in the map. I got through 2.
Oh.
Out of like 20 something.
Okay.
Actually 30 something.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was close and like, you know, and realizing that shit wasn't fucked up and I just had to get to the teleporter. But then like every zombie and its mom was like, I'm guarding the teleporter. And I'm like, well.
We were like, okay, well, I guess.
Yeah, well, fuck this, I suppose. Like. But it's fine. I made it to like 16
Oh my god, he
rounds.
just jumped the fence.
Yeah.
I just hadn't seen them do that. That's so funny.
Yeah, they are
Whoop.
vicious.
Whoop.
Whoop, my lasagna. My lasagna.
Memes are currency in this house.
Dude. Yeah.
In this department of sorts.
In this hell world of sorts.
Oh my god, I just can't believe I like talked. Like you literally I said one thing
makeup,
and then you like, talked and then I talked about makeup for like half an hour.
Yeah, but I also was just kind of curious as to like how you got into makeup because I feel like there's so many other.
So I had the Summer of Glow Up, and then I basically was like, well, now I have all of this makeup.
Yeah.
Like I have these good base products, but all of the other makeup that I have isn't like. But I have these good base products, but I know that like brows are really big right now because it was 2016. And I know that there's more to makeup than like your favorite, like than just putting on like a base product and like lipstick. And so I sort of tried to get into like how you do your brows, and how you do like these really beautiful eyeliner looks and these really beautiful like eyeshadow looks and stuff like that. And I wound up, I think I asked one of my housemates, like, hey, so like, how did you learn to do your makeup? And they said, well, I found a YouTuber that I really liked. And I specifically was like, well, I don't like the personalities of some of the really big YouTubers because they are very, very extra. And I found this one YouTuber who was Latino like me, and she would do, and like I watched a couple of her videos. I liked her vibe. I liked her voice was very like fun for me because she wasn't like so loud or like all over the place. It was just a very chill vibe. And then I also liked the looks that she would do because I wasn't gonna do makeup every day. Like I wasn't gonna do like a full face every day, but I wanted to see like tutorials for if I wanted to do like a purple eye look or like whatever. And so I started just watching her videos. And she would also do these she had a really great series where it was like favorite makeup of the month. And it would be most of the time it would be like makeup that she had bought or makeup that she had received or gotten that month, and like what her favorites had been. So mostly it would be like releases or stuff like that. But then sometimes it would be like, this has been out for 3 years, but I found it this month, so you have to hear about it. And so it would be really fun for me to hear, like, okay, so this is the kind of makeup that she likes, and I can see in the application, this is how it works. This is stuff that she talks about would be really good for, you know, a quick, like, on-the-go look, or this is, like, you have to really sit down and work with this, or whatever.
Had to take a sip of coffee. That's why I paused it.
And she... but the thing with her was I would literally only watch her because I very much am like, I need to really, really like someone before I venture into, like, I only watch a few YouTubers because those are the only people that I like. But this particular person, she's not dead. She has dry skin.
Okay.
So for lip products, for eyeshadow products, and for stuff like that, it was great. But I wasn't doing a lot of that stuff. I had like one favorite lipstick, and that's what I wore every single day.
I see.
It was the Sephora lip cream in number 13, Marvelous Mauve, and I still have it.
That reminds me of SpongeBob when it's like the coral blue number 2 lipstick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not like trying to make fun of
No,
people.
but that's literally how it is. Is like the culture of like makeup YouTubers is like you have the lipstick that you like, and it's not like, oh, it's a purpley pink product. It's like, this is the Kat Von D like liquid lipstick in Lolita. That was the favorite of that time, and you had to know specifically the name of the specific product, because you can't just say, because some brands like Too Faced have liquid lipsticks, but they have like 3 different lines of liquid lipstick, and they all have a different finish.
Oh, I see. So
you have to know like exactly what line it is. And then some brands use like a numbering system, like this is number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever. And then some brands have a number, and then they also have a name for it. Most of them have a name.
Okay.
So like Sephora does both, I guess.
Okay.
And so I had my favorite lipstick and I had my base product, and that was basically all that I was doing. So I was like, well, I really like this YouTuber that I'm watching, but if I want to get more base products, or if I even want to learn what, like if I run out of this primer, or if I, want to buy another thing, she's like, her experience, because her skin type is not the same as mine.
Yes.
It's not going to be the same. So I can't really buy the same products that she is using, because she can't accurately tell me how it would sit on my skin.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because, you want to at least, like, try to find somebody who
Yeah.
has your skin type, or at least close enough to your skin type.
Yeah.
So that way you can be like, okay, this is how it looks on this person, so this is how I can at least not imagine, but at least have an idea of how it looks on me, which I think is super important because like, I don't know, that's even important with like clothing.
Yeah,
you know
I was gonna say, like, that's why to me, I've talked to you about this, when I'm buying clothes or even when I'm like online shopping and I need to buy like underwear, specifically underwear for the top part of my body, I don't like that Sephora doesn't tell you what size the model is wearing.
Yeah.
Sephora? Victoria's Secret. Jesus. Am I okay?
I don't know.
Am I having a stroke right now?
No, you're fine,
Probably
dude. I mean, it sounds like you're alright.
Okay. Sephora does not sell underwear. Victoria's Secret does. The stores are like really close in the mall that I would go to at home.
Okay.
So it'd be like pop into Sephora, pop into Brookstone. I think they closed actually. And then pop into Victoria's Secret and then go to Gap and visit your brother. My brother worked at a Gap for a few years.
Nice.
Yeah. So he got me a jean jacket. It was really nice.
Nice. You still have the jean jacket?
Yeah, but I got too big to fit in it, so I have to lose weight to fit in it again. I can't raise my arms too high in it.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing fine.
We're all fine, dude. It's
like
COVID. Like, we're doing fine.
So basically, like you kind of have to have a way to know how to accurately something is going to look on someone who maybe looks like you or has the same features as you, to kind of even get a sense of how to gauge if you even want it.
Yeah, yes.
That was a lot of words to say that.
No, I absolutely, because, like, and that's why I don't do a lot of, like, online shopping, especially for, like, something that I really want to try on. Which sucks, because, like, I want to buy new clothes, but I'm also just, like, I don't know if this will fit me, so I don't want to buy this and then be like, oh, it won't, you know what I mean?
I will say, there are a couple of stores that I've exclusively been shopping online.
Yeah.
For, like, for the entirety of COVID, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
the entire time.
Yeah. For almost oh my god, it's been 11 months to the day today.
It's been 11 months to the fucking day.
Oh my god. I mean, you're not posting this today, so.
No, you're right.
But either way, it's been at least 11 months.
Yeah.
So anytime that I'm shopping online. So I like to look at the store's return policy. Because if something doesn't fit, obviously it's a hassle to put it back in the box. And like when I first started online shopping, we didn't have a printer. So it would be a whole hassle of like trying to print this out and then get to the whatever.
Yep.
But now it's just like, if it didn't fit, I'm not going to keep it. And specifically the one store that I mostly shop from, for jeans and for stuff like that, and also underwear, because they have a subsection of the store that sells really nice underwear, specifically that I like. They have a really good return policy where I think it's like a 90-day, and you can just return it, ship it back, and the moment that they receive it, you get a refund. Mm-hmm. And like the full refund. Which I was like, all right, then I'm not going to worry about whether or not something is going to fit. And I'm going to be upset if it doesn't fit, because I really liked it. That's why I bought it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not losing money.
Yes, that's it too.
But basically, I found this one YouTuber. I found this one YouTuber who has oily skin, and just started watching her. And that's kind of how I got into it. And I don't like actively buy a lot of the releases or anything. But I like watching it because I think it's fun to watch people like do their makeup.
Yes.
And to see, what kind of looks they can come up with and stuff like that. I think
what looks they can serve.
Yeah. And now it's really ridiculous to me because, like, I am working in person, which means I'm wearing a mask for 11 hours of the day. Right now I'm wearing 2. I'm double masking.
Wow, way to flex on the conservatives.
Yes, I am a conservative's nightmare. But
You good? Did that water really hit it?
yeah.
Okay. I guess crispy water hits different when you're dehydrated or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But so I think the first week that I was working, I was still using like a powder foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And but I wasn't wearing lipstick.
Right. Right.
And then I started breaking out all over my chin because the skin didn't have any room to, like, it couldn't breathe because it was under a mask.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stopped using any sort of I stopped using powder foundation. So like I'm just doing my brows and like a little bit of mascara. And it's really funny for me to watch like new makeup releases come out. There's Rihanna's brand, Fenty Beauty. They recently released like a powder foundation.
Oh, really?
And I really want to try it, but it's like $36. All of these makeup brands that aren't... A lot of these makeup brands are like really expensive.
Is there reason for that?
Well... Part of it is
oh.
because they know people will pay that price, but also part of it is the packaging. It's kind of nice, and also the ingredients and the everything that they put into the formula of the actual product.
Yeah.
So there are some brands where you look at it and you sit there like that is not worth that much money. Like there's there was a couple of years ago there was this infamous. I say infamous, but it's not actually infamous because people use it. But it was this, I can't remember if it was it wasn't a foundation. It was like a moisturizer.
Okay.
That was $100.
Oh, God, okay.
And it's like, it's not going to make your skin baby smooth.
Nope.
It's not going to, like, fix you.
Yeah.
It's not going to, remove your trauma. It's not going to, so it's there's no way that's actually worth $100.
No.
And especially not for the average consumer.
Yeah. Because I think that's what's like the hardest part about it is it's like, I understand that you kind of have to turn a profit, but like the average consumer is not going to buy something that's $100 fucking dollars. At least for like moisturizer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming, like, it's, sometimes I feel like a lot of companies, like, don't know their audience. In the sense of, like, hey, why are you like, I understand your goal is to make a profit, but it just seems like you're actively going against yourself.
Well, I think part of it, too, is that a lot of companies, and it's not necessarily just makeup companies, a lot of companies have an audience that will pay that much money for a product. Like, there's obviously a lot of people who will pay that much money for a moisturizer. Or, what was it? A couple of years ago, there was some ridiculous bra or something that, like, Victoria's Secret came out with. And if they come out with it, obviously they know... They have people who research their market. They know that people are going to purchase it. They know they're going to turn any sort of profit. But... the average consumer learns about it and they clown it because there's no way they're going to buy it and they know there's no way people like them are going to buy it. That doesn't mean nobody's going to buy it.
True.
It means to them that's ridiculous.
True.
Like there's no way on my God's green earth that I would buy any sort of makeup product that was $100, even $80. Like there's one brand, there's actually a few brands, where like an eyeshadow palette, it like their cheapest eyeshadow palette, it's like they're like large palettes, but there are brands that sell palettes that large for like $40.
Yeah.
This particular brand sells it for like $125, $169. And like I've watched YouTubers review these and they say like, yes, they're amazing quality. There's nothing really that I can compare this to, blah, 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 all of these things, singing these shadows praises. But there's no way on any planet that I can, and they've said that too, and it is a really good quality, but I can't tell you, you need this. I can't tell you, you have to spend over $100 for a freaking eyeshadow palette.
Yep.
But it's a brand that has persisted for years and years and years because they do have a market. Yeah. They do have a consumer base that will pay that much for those products.
Yeah.
There are also drugstore brands that are getting really good. ColourPop started as a drugstore brand, not a drugstore brand because they're not sold in drugstores, but they have drugstore prices.
Yeah.
Where they still sell a lot of their products at a lower end, they're not lower end, but a more affordable rate. Mm. But they are also now selling products that are more expensive because it's big.
Yeah.
But they've always been, since they've been out, they've been that brand that has really good quality for affordable prices. Mm. I've been talking about makeup for
an hour,
50 minutes.
Yeah. But dude, it's okay.
Yes, but is this for your base? Is this the content?
What base? I'm kidding. I love you all, but I also recognize that you are all my friends and lovelies and everything. And hey, if you get to find out more about I don't know, makeup, congratulations. You've learned more about makeup. But
I think it's just also a really cool microcosm of consumerism in general.
Yes. Yeah, we talked about consumerism. We talked about really what I'm trying to refer to is the idea that we should be all sharing in the profits.
Okay, but don't share your mascara. Don't do that. That's debatable. How you get pink eye.
Debatable.
Reginald.
I don't know about that. I don't know if sickness is real. Still baffled by that thought. Could you believe somebody walking up to you and being like, "Oh, you can't get sick. Sickness is just fake."
It's a hoax made by the Democrats.
Jesus. We don't actually need sick days. It's a hoax made by the Democrats to get days off, and it's huh?
Stop. We ended up in politics again. I'm so sorry.
I've said this millions of times. I don't know if I've said this on the show, but I've definitely said this millions of times in the sense of how do you not wind up in politics? It's in your life. It's always
that's
there.
True. That's true.
You know what I mean? And sure, you could be I don't want politics in my video games, my media, my blah, blah, blah. And it's I don't entirely love it there either. But literally, how can you look me in the fucking eye and tell me, oh, I can live my life politics free? How?
Because politics don't affect them. And they don't care about the lives of other people.
That's not true. I mean, maybe the second part, but that's not true.
It doesn't affect
politics do affect. I would say negatively affect them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But politics still do affect you, no matter who you are. You can say, "Oh, politics doesn't really matter to me," but you're lying to yourself and others, and I'm tired of that shit. XOXO, go piss, girl. Why am I using a sniper against these fucking zombozos?
I don't know.
With a deep ass scope. Oh no, this isn't good. Literally, my stomach jumps whenever that happens because I'm oh fuck, I'm running full speed ahead.
Why are you running?
Yeah, why are you running? These zombies are all just why are you running?
And you're because of you. Running? Because of you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that got so quick. That got so close.
Yeah.
And it happened so quick.
Yup. Sometimes you gotta get a little scared. This game
Did he just fall over, or did you shoot him and that's why he fell over?
Oh, I shot him and
okay.
He fell over.
I was that's a way. That's a choice.
Yeah, they're being little drama queens now. Bitch, me too. The fuck?
This is one of my favorite memes. Oh my goodness.
My goodness. This is it.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious me.
Oh, gee golly.
Gee willikers,
I don't know why we're in this space of
Why are we here? Why are we the way we are?
Why are we here? Just to suffer?
Yup. You get it. Oh, God.
No, I think it's just really interesting what we end up always talking about.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
because it doesn't matter how we start a conversation.
We just start talking.
Yeah.
And we see where it goes.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of, like, I think conversation, especially, like, we don't have to talk about anything specific.
We don't have to start anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know, for me to, like, feel bogged down by the idea that, like, we have to talk about this, that, or the other, just is not fuck. Yeah, I used a hard F on that one. I can see, like, the spike on the audio, and I'm just like,
I love the spike on the audio every time I laugh, because I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, usually, it's easy to normalize, so it's not that big of a deal, but, like...
Ooh, what did we just walk through?
To power up, it's a machine gun.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yep, so it gives you the opportunity to save your ammo.
The way she was just like, Gollum-looking ass.
Yes, you get it now.
With a yee haircut.
That Gollum-looking ass with her yee ass haircut.
Oh my god.
Maybe get rid of that yee ass haircut and get some bitches on your dick.
We're not talking about Ted Cruz, but we could be.
Look. You think I care about Ted Cruz in the time of, like, my mental insanity?
Oh my god!
My man came out here with a
what are those
mullet.
things? And like,
they're crawler zombies, and so there was, I guess, in the universe world, there's this chemical called Nova 6.
Okay.
Which is like a lethal, like, biochemical weapon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And pretty much once you breathe it in, you die.
What is happening?
You were teleporting.
Where did we teleport to?
The U.S. Department of the Air Force.
Where are we going now? Oh, did we go back?
Yep.
Why did we leave? For like 2 seconds.
Because we teleported to a new part of the map. Or not a new part of the map. But, so, this teleporter is linked to, like, many different spots throughout the world.
Okay.
Because that's what the Germans were kind of working on.
They were working
on, yes.
Okay, I was like, I don't think they were working on this. At least not at least not unless we're talking about Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yeah, at least not vocally. Like, you know what I mean?
At least not on paper.
Yeah. But they were working on different, like, teleportation machines. Oh, fuck. Ooh,
oh my god.
We might not make it. Nope. I got caught. That's a shame, too, because I just bought a perk. So, like, now it's gone. Can you fucking get your ass out of my face? Hello?
She said hello.
Yo, dog, I heard you like Uber Eats.
I was gonna say something about how it's Valentine's Day. And you...
Yo, dog, I heard you like Uber fucking Eats. I'm crying. Huh?
I hate you.
You want to try our secret fucking meal? Oh. Fuck.
Okay, so they were trying. So the Nazis, you know, within the context of the game, were working on this teleportation.
It's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. We reached that hour mark anyway. Keep going. So they were working on this teleportation thing, and so they have different teleportation pads in different locations. Some of them may or may not have been in the U.S.
May or may not have. We clearly just went to the U.S. Air Force, so.
Yeah. Anyway.
Is that supposed to imply that the U.S. Air Force was, like, working with the Nazis, or?
No. It was more like secret,
okay.
Like spies.
Okay.
More of that.
Alright. Okay.
That's what it was kind of implying. But, like, you can teleport to different locations and everything like that. And, like, you'd see different flashes of, like, different areas that you've been. But, like, it's like a quick teleportation and then it, like, kind of teleports you out. and then you go back to like where you are. So it kind of it does that all the time in that map, and then you can actually get like different film canisters, which pretty much tell the story of like what happened while you were gone.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
So
Super
that's
interesting.
it. Yeah. Makeup. We talked about makeup.
We talked a lot about. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. Like literally, that's kind of what I was like. Thank you for talking about makeup because like I wish I focused more into the game, but I'm shit, as you can clearly see.
You are not. I am not a good gauge of if you played well or not because I know nothing about this, but. I just know
I've done better, but like,
I just know that the dogs are scary. The golem-looking asses are also scary.
Yeah, and sometimes they can trap you in little corners. And
yeah,
it can be a lot.
Yeah.
So
they look scary.
They do.
How is he's just eating? How is he not alarmed? He's got something. Wait, can the zombies see?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know. Because if they could see him, they just eat him. But,
right?
Yeah.
And he's just very calm.
Yeah.
Stoking that fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I think we're going to call it an episode there. And yeah, that's it. If you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe. We'll talk more about like yee ass haircuts and
not makeup.
Well, yeah, I think we're covered for makeup for a little bit.
Oh,
easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's not. Who knows? It's a good question. So
maybe it's Two-Faced instead.
Jesus. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. And we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.